Hello, and welcome to.
Hello.
If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, like, and share this stream across your social media. Rada, you know it. It's all along the bottom. Just have a read there. And welcome to Extra Time. I am your host. You know me. That's on me. Yeah. What's that? Where is it? There it is.
Yeah.
Andy, that side. Below me is Steve. As always, gentlemen, thank you for joining me as we do our little preview of tonight's game. Larnaca, or as others have nicknamed them, Ironappa away. There are a few that have gone. Gatesy being one of them, currently sat in a bar as we record this, enjoying the sun in Cyprus. I look out of my window right now, it is absolutely teeming now, and we've not quite yet got snow. So am I jealous? No, because I get to talk to you lovely people and these two boys here as well. Andy, before we kick it off, how you feeling, my man? You good?
It's been a long week after Brighton. I'm not going to lie, and it has been a long week, but I'm looking forward to it, mate. I think this could be the distraction what we need. So hopefully we can put it behind, but we'll probably get later on. I didn't watch the interview. I just read what Moyes said in his press conference, and it sort of got me back up a bit. But we'll probably discuss it a little bit later.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can bring that to the table because I've not seen it. I was out with the kids last night.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate.
You can cover that. Steve, yourself, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah. Am I looking forward to tonight? I've got to say, I mean, I'm different, Randy. I'm completely disinterested. I'm more worried about our Premier League status. Because, don't misunderstand me. I want to win this competition. I want us to win tonight. But I'm far more concerned with what's going on in the Premier League at the moment and the absolute mess we're making of a very, very expensive team of players. So, yeah, it's a bit of a nothing game because if we don't win it, something's seriously wrong. If we do win it, well, we're expected to win it anyway. If you see what I mean.
No, I'll give you that. I mean, me personally, as Andy says, I think it's a positive distraction to obviously what's going on in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong, I want to stay up as you know, Gatesy says, your Premier League's your bread and butter. It's you know, your main course. This is where you should be. You know, that's what you should be concentrating on first. But for me, you want to be playing in Europe. You want to be winning trophies.
Yeah.
For me, gives us a very, very good opportunity to bring our first trophy home in over 40 years. I do look at the teams that are left in this tournament, and I do think they are beatable. But we obviously we have to start with tonight, the first leg in Cyprus. So that being said, Andy, you said there the press conference. Fill us in, mate.
Yeah. So the first one was we blooded a lot of young players in Europe, in Budapest, who did really well, and we had the boys who played against Dynamo Zagreb last season too. Sorry, that was a bit of a tongue twister. We tried to give the young boys opportunities in the early games. I think when you get to the knockout stages, you don't have so many opportunities to recover if the game doesn't go so well. We've got a squad of first-team players, what we put together, knowing we had Europe in mind in the first place, knowing last year we might just had a little bit short of that level. So I was like, okay. And then he went, with what we need to do, we've got another game on Sunday. It gives me the chance to look at what we've got and see which players are ready. Also gives some players big opportunities to show exactly what they can do. So it's like he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like is that right? Is that come or that's the way it comes across to me.
See, he didn't to me at all. I thought, well, and actually, the one bit he did say in that interview was, "Can you understand why the fans are upset?" And he said, "Yeah, I can." He said, "Yeah, it's just not good enough," or words to that effect.
You're muted, Duke.
Yeah. So I think there was, at last, there was some ownership of it by Moyes.
You're muted,
You
Duke.
are,
I'm chatting away, and I'm like, why's no one listening to me? It's 'cause I'm
because you're muted.
Irish.
I saw some ownership of it. Do I think he knows what he's doing? No. I think after the Brighton game, he looked absolutely defeated to me, as did Deck.
Well,
But
mate, Lanzini getting off the going into the stadium last night.
no, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, mate, crikey! Like, it's awful. It's
Right.
awful. Just to look at the players, they look absolutely downtrodden going into that stadium. I think the only one that had a smile on his face was Cornet, and I think that's just because he was walking. I listened to what he said there, Andy, and he says about it gives the players a chance to show what they've got. Well, mate, if you don't know what they've got by
That's
March
what I was
to a season,
Yeah.
you ain't
Yeah.
gonna do it. Like, I'm sorry, you should know what the kids are already capable of. You've been there long enough. You used Ollie Scholes. You had Lewis Orford on the bench. You had Mubama. You had one of the other young lads who I can't put his name. Oh, anyway, you use these kids in the last game of the group stages, right? You should know exactly what they're capable of already. So the fact that you don't, there's a massive bloody issue going on right now. Massive issue. And it's for me, it stems from the top. Like, I don't get how the board, and forget Sally as the owner right now. Okay, I don't get how the board can sit there and continue to allow their investment to go down the drain, i.e., the likes of Kretinsky and the other, like, you know,
So,
the other.
I've got something else for you, Duke. Ready? This will cheer you up. So
Oh,
this is
God.
Karen Brady. You know she likes to keep quiet,
Oh,
and then she just comes
yeah.
out. Have you heard what she said?
I've
Ready?
heard it.
She's only happy
As
when
an,
she's got her mouth open.
yeah. As
Yeah.
owners, we're not a hire and fire type. We like to give people our support. We believe David Moyes is an enthusiast and driven and passionate for the club, as we and the supporters are. Hopefully things turn round. Hopefully things will keep improving.
Oh, hopefully. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what I need to be doing every night before I go to bed is either cross my fingers, pray to the magic invisible man in the sky, or hope for fairies, unicorns, and magic beans.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with fairies, unicorns, and magic beans? I ask you.
They're more believable than the invisible man in the sky that loves me so much that he never visits.
Well, you see, okay. I have a completely different view on that, as you know.
Oh, listen, I am just being facetious. I like to stir the pot, as the phrase may go. Listen, I mean, if that's the stuff that's being spouted by the higher ups, you can see why the players are as dejected as they are. If they know that on a weekly basis, or even on a daily basis, let me rephrase that, on a daily basis, they're walking in knowing that this man has very much stripped the club of its attacking identity that we had last year. The man that quite clearly doesn't know what he's doing, he's still going to be their manager the following day. If I didn't perform in my role as a manager here at this pub, i.e. delivering results, I wouldn't be here. Right? That's my job, is to deliver positive results. All the time I'm doing that, I get the praise, I get the pat on the back, I get whatever bonuses are owed to me, and we continue to move the goalposts forward in order to get me to continue to perform to the best of my ability. The same is said in football, boys. That doesn't change. It doesn't change in any job. Football is a results-driven business, the same as anything else. Your results or your goals are different, right? Mine is to make money. In football, is to get results, i.e., the wins, to be able to perform and be able to win trophies going to Europe. He's not doing that, chaps. I don't.
Do you want something better? I've just read Cresswell's. He was in the interview.
Upset me even more.
Right, ready? After the defeat by Brighton on Saturday, we knew the situation we're in. There's a lot of senior boys in our dressing room, players who have been in football a long time and understand it, but there's not one player in that dressing room that's not pulling their weight, fighting and wanting the best for the team. As a group of players, we have to stick together in times like this. Yes, it's an old cliche and it might sound like it's the same thing every week, but we've had a good couple of days in training, right? We've got to keep progressing, keep positive, and stick together because European football brings challenges totally different. Right, this is the last bit. Ready? The last bit. I think the styles and the travelling, as well as part part in why these knockout matches are so difficult. We never travelled as far. A 5-hour flight to Cyprus. So there is one challenge on its own what we have to deal with. It'll be another tough away game, but we're ready for it.
Okay. I tell you,
I'll
can
tell you
I can I
the
just jump
media
in here?
the media crew are banging at getting these scripts written out for these players. I'll tell you now, it's outstanding. That ain't players talking. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
don't care.
Can I just jump in here though? Gio put something up on the Hammers Chat WhatsApp group yesterday about points collected from the bottom 8 from Crystal Palace down, and we're third since the World Cup. And we're third in that. So yeah, Brighton was awful, but there is some hope somewhere. Now,
Yeah,
I'm not going.
it's a case of turning over enough stones to find it, though, Steve.
Yeah, well,
Stones.
I decided not to go to the Villa game because I'll just get angry and my blood will boil if we put in another performance like that. So James and his mate Harry are going when James wants to go and I can't go. Harry's a lovely lad; they just disappear off together and go. But
Fair play.
I thought I cannot face if I go and I see a performance like Brighton, I'm going to be so angry with it.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit at home in the warm and be fed up than travel all the way to London Stadium to get annoyed.
Yeah. You worry about the travel home afterwards, have you?
Yeah, and be honest with you, this is the thing. Moyes has his interviews and players have his interviews. I'm finding it very difficult to get angry with them because it's not their fault anymore. It's down to the board.
It's the ball manager in place, isn't it?
Yeah, and no matter how you cut it, if you're going to leave Moyes in place, you know what you're going to get, right? I'm not going to be angry at Moyes for his shortcomings because they are what they are. It's not his fault. Incompetence or not being able to do something isn't necessarily malicious. You just can't do it. But where the real problem lies is the board not doing anything and going, it will be all right.
But then he should also take the bullet, mate, and step down. Really, if he realises his incompetence and it's not working, maybe he should step aside and let someone who isn't incompetent take the reins.
But would you for £100 a week?
No, I wouldn't.
But he's already made his money. All right, let's focus on something a little bit more positive, which obviously will be tonight's game as much as. Andy, any injury news or I know is it still just Fab and Soufal that are the main injuries?
No, that's correct. I think Fab's out till the end of April, so you can no disrespect, he may probably play. If we're not in a fight in relegation, I could probably see him playing the last game at London Stadium because that will probably be his last game for the club. But I can't see him featuring no more.
Right.
If I'm being honest, Soufal, I wouldn't risk him anyway. I think he is out anyway, so I wouldn't risk him. But apart from that, I don't think there is. Be interesting to see whether Antonio's giving Moyes a high five today to see if he can get in the start. He's not in my starting 11, but it'll be if he is, or obviously even Skamaka, or whether Nolan's just stayed at home as well because he don't want to throw another iPad.
Yeah, I wonder if he came out of his wages.
Should we go out predicted starting 11?
Well, I was about to ask if I'm going to go with Steve. I'm going to ask you first. It's just a quick one-word answer. How many youngsters? I don't know how many he's taken, but how many would you like to see in the starting 11 today? Just a quick one-word answer.
2.
So, Andy, one-word answer from you?
3.
So I'm actually thinking 4. I think 4 will still be enough. I mean, I've sat down and had a thought after yesterday's show with Rob, where I actually put out a pretty much first team yesterday, and I've actually sat down and had a little thought, and yeah, I'm actually beginning to think that the away game and Villa on Sunday are, this is less important than the game on Sunday against Villa. So I'd actually like to see, Skamaka and Cornet, but we'll get to that. Right, Andy, goalkeeper.
Areola.
So you would go with Harry. Steve, would you go with Harry as well?
Don't think there's much choice, is there?
Well, Rob said Heggie yesterday in our preview, just because he would, he'd like to make sure that Areola's fit and ready for Sunday. But I think we're all in agreement that Areola's got to be the one. You don't want to go and throw it away too soon, do you? No disrespect to Heggie or a Nang, but it's got to be Areola.
And you could ruin a young goalkeeper in that. That is not the place to do it.
You can do it at home. Well, saying that, the home fans won't be as forgiving either, would they? Let's be honest.
No, true.
All right, go on then, Andy. Give me the rest of your starting lineup then. We've agreed on Areola. What's your... let's go your back... What are you doing? Back 3 or back 4?
I'm going to do a back 3, and I'm going to have Kehrer, Ogbonna, and Creswell as a back 3.
Fair enough.
Or if Kehrer's not fit still, Johnson to replace Kehrer.
All right, Steve, what are you going? 3 or 4 back?
No, I'll go 4 at the back.
4 back for you. Go on in.
Because of our need to win on Sunday, I would probably put Creswell and Johnson as centre backs. Right back, I put Kehrer. And at left back, who knows? I mean, I'll put one of the youngsters at left back because I don't particularly want Emerson to pick up a knock because I thought he was our one decent player. I know I'm a bit stumped at left back, but it's even you look at that should be enough to contain that side. I'm sorry, it should, because we're not playing Premier League standard team there. No offence to them at all.
No, I see where you're coming from. I'm going to agree with Andy on a back 3. Again, I've changed my thoughts from my preview yesterday. I've had a bit of time to sit down and think. I'd actually go with the 3 at the back, but slightly different to you, Andy. I'd actually go Zuma.
Yeah.
In the middle of a 3 that constitutes Cresswell and Johnson either side of him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
And there'll be a reason for that when we get into the for us anyway, the wing backs in a minute. So you're going a 3. What's your 5 in midfield, Andy? Are you going 5?
Yeah, so mine will be Emerson left. I know I don't want to risk him, but I don't think Cornet will play. So I reckon we'll have to have balance on the left wing back position. Pablo Fornals and Manuel Lanzini in the middle. I think we'll have a lot of the ball, and I think they'll be able to do it. And I put it in the chat yesterday, and everyone was surprised. I would put Flynn Downs as right wing back. I really would, and the reason why is he's got the energy to get backwards and forwards. He loves the club. He can tackle, and I think he would do a job there. And you never know. This could be like what Gates mentioned. Do you know when you just chuck someone in and it works? So it could work. He could even end up starting there in the league. Do you know what I mean? If we want to type things up. So yeah, I'll give him a shot at right wing back. I would, and then I'll have Benny as the number 10.
So you're going 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Okay. So Benny, Fornals and Lanzini is the middle 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Downs and Emerson. Yeah, nice. Steve, what are you going 4-3 or 4-4?
4-4. I'm
4-4-2. Oh,
I'm going 4-4-2. Yeah, I'm going to put Fornals and Lanzini in the middle, Downs on the right. As much as I hate to do it, I'd probably put Emerson on the left.
So you're going Emerson as a left winger?
I don't know. No, but Put Emerson left back, Benny left winger.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm actually going to try and mix it up a little bit. So my left wing back, I'm actually asking Ollie Scholes to come in and do a job again.
I've heard he may be injured. He may be injured. That's the reason why I've not. Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I'd go Ollie Scholes. I would, because I think he's absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
I'd go Lanzini. And here's going to be the kicker. I'd actually go Lewis Orford.
Yeah, that's or Freddie Potts. Freddie Potts or one of them. Freddie Potts as well.
I'd actually go Lewis Orford and Lanzini as me two middle players. The right side of me right wing back would be Kehrer.
That's not a bad shout.
I actually think Kehrer is a better right wing back than he is a right back or a centre back, to be honest with you. Kehrer is my right wing back. Ollie Scholes is my left wing back. Lanzini and Lewis Orford. And I'd actually go as my number 10. I'd actually go with Paqueta. Mm-hmm. I'd actually put Paqueta a little bit higher up, or you can actually ask him to drop in next to Louis Orford and put Lanzini in the 10. So you know going 3-5-2. Yeah, that'd be mine. I'd be interested to see how that would work. Andy, your strikers, then 2 strikers.
And Bamba and Scamacca.
I agree. That's my team. We're going to come in after. Steve, are you the same?
That's exactly what I was going to go for.
Yeah, I want to see Scamacca. I'm getting bored with this. He can't do it for West Ham. I'm getting bored with the. I'm getting bored with it. That there seems to be a turning of the fans against him. There seems to be this kind of a group that are. He can only do it in Europe against the weaker sides. He's not done it in the Premier League. I don't think he's fit and cut out to do it. None of them are putting the blame on Moyes for for unable to find a way to make it work for him. And I feel that's very harsh on Scamacca.
Well, all I'd say to that argument is Hilaire.
Well, yeah.
You know, no, Scamacca's a really good finisher. I've seen him play a few times. One of the goals he scored against Fulham was just a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with Scamacca. It has
Leeds way as well, Steve.
Pardon?
Leeds way. You know, instinctive, wasn't it? Received the ball, turn and spank, and it was instinctive. He's an instinctive striker. I'd actually be really curious to see how he does with 2 up front. We
won't get 2 up front, but that's what we should have.
Andy?
I actually think I'm not. I reckon maybe a couple of players difference to mine. I'm not just saying it because it's my 11. I think that's what it will be. If I'm being honest, I think Villa. I wouldn't have even took Danny Ings. I don't want to sound horrible, but I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't have. I've saved him for Sunday, obviously against his old club as well, so he'll be fired up. So I wouldn't have let him travel. But obviously, I'm not a manager.
I'd actually like to see us have, like Andy, you won't because you're cup. But you go back to '86, Steve, and it was a partnership, wasn't it, between McAvenny and Watty? It was
even Kitson and Hartson.
Kitson and Hartson were great.
Partnerships, the Canio and Defoe. It's a
Canio and Canute.
They're partnerships.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you remember when we had 4 strikers? Ashton, Sheringham, Harewood and Zamora.
Proper strikers. Yeah? I mean, but what I'm saying there is partnerships. I'd actually like to see a partnership develop between the strikers we have. So we've got 4 strikers at the club, right? Mabama, Ings, Scamacca, Antonio, if you want to go down that road. Can we not pair them up in competitions? So let's say that Mubama and Skamaka pair up in the rest of this Europa League season to develop a partnership. An Ings and Antonio.
That's Harry Kane made his name. He played in Europa League for Tottenham, and look what he's turned out. I'm not saying Mbamba's going to be Harry Kane, but that's his stepping stone. What he had.
But they need partnerships. There needs to be a partnership. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it started, and I don't know how it's gone, why it's gone on so long. But this individual lone striker is a very difficult role to play, and it's not for everyone. There's very few strikers in the world that are standout, top quality, solo, individual, lone man strikers.
I'll tell you exactly when the tactic was first played. It was John Lyle against Arsenal in the FA Cup, and the tactics completely bamboozled Arsenal, and we won it.
Yeah, that was David Cross, but my argument is that was like a one-off.
Oh, yeah.
It's only been the last maybe 10 years that a lone striker has been the main tactic across the entirety of football. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. There's very few that can play. In my opinion, I might be wrong. Other people might go and cite other bullshit, but for me, I just don't like it.
Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to give my prediction. I've been called into a meeting starting in 4 minutes. So
prediction, Andy.
I'm going to go 4-0. Skamaka and Bamba. Maybe one of them to score 2, and Benny.
Steve, yours?
3-0. But equally, if we turn up like we did against Brighton, we could lose it.
It could go the other way. I'm actually going to go with a 5. I'd like to see goals from a range of players. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care where they come from as long as we do. Andy, we'll finish it here because I know you've got to go. Thank you both for joining me. Guys, on the bottom, it tells you what you need to do. I'm not going to go through it again. Those of you that have travelled to Cyprus, stay safe. Safe journey back. I hope you enjoy the game. Everyone watching on TV, let's cheer them along and all the rest of that malarkey. Boys, thank you very much. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Take it easy, chaps.